2. Well, let's meet the distance medley championship section. You're looking at Clarksville Track Club, Lauren Vermani, Alyssa Mattis, Nikita Mohan, and Morella Vermani. This is Malapan Braves, Olivia Schweiweit-Benson, it's a hard one to pronounce, Lola Yui, Madeline Burchard, and Sadie Honing. Phantoms Track Club, Madeline Jensen, Ainsley Brogan, Ava Brogan, and then Sophia McInnes. And then the national indoor record holders and defending champions in the DMR, the Carolina Cavaliers, Justine Prisano, Tatiana Blake, Stella Kerms, and the very talented Charlotte Bell on the anchor. Gilderland Track Club, Braylon Cornell, Isabella Legos, Avery Kerr, and then Addison Bella Coop. The outdoor national record holders in the DMR, Ventura from California, Alo Curtis, Valentina Farroga, Melina True, and Sadie Englehart. Derby City AC, they'll have Leah Pinnock on the leadoff leg, then Mabel George, Julia Schmidt, and Reagan Gilmore. West Springfield, they'll see Chloe Miller, Kiki Richardson, Raquel Bush, Aiden McGrath on the anchored leg. Impulse Track Club, Anna Bacchus, Madeline Mead, Mary Flanagan, Sophia Holgado. And then Purple Track Club, Sylvia Sinak-Dufalo, Natalie Mello, Lydia Bauman, and the future Michigan State Spartan, Rachel Forsyth. Shore Track Club, Ella Wirtz, Emma Gunnett, Colette Works, and then Hella Sach. And then rounding out the field, the 13th team, Southeastern Track Club, featuring Elizabeth Butler, Addison Smith, Kiara Kepner, and Maggie Powers. Your field here in this fourth and final section, the championship section of the girls' distance medley relay.
This is going to be good. The highly anticipated race. The Carolina Cavaliers have the meet record. They also have the high school national record in the 4x-mile. They got that one earlier this year. But they're going to be faced up with Ventura. It's going to be a tough one today, Keenan. But look, I'm strapped in and I'm ready.
If it's anything like what we saw in the boys' race, we will see a very good battle between Carolina Cavaliers and Ventura. Carolina Cavaliers, at least in the indoor season, have broken 3 national records in their respective relay races and have been the dominant team throughout the indoor season. There you see Sadie Englehart on your screen, who led the team to a national record at Mount Sac Relays.
And it looks like she's going to be paired up with Charlotte Bell, who is headed to Georgetown in the fall. She's the 3rd fastest miler in the country this year with 4:35.70.
Englehart won the mile yesterday, 4:37. The future North Carolina State Wolfpack athlete, part of the really talented class of 2025 that Coach Lori Hennis will be adding in that fall. Girls Championship race underway here in the girls DMR. Again, Clarksville, Monopolin Braves, Phantoms, Carolina Cavaliers, Gilderland Ventura, Derby City, West Springfield, Impulse Purple, Shore, Southeastern, and Cub Athletics. So you got Justine Prisano leading things off for the Carolina Cavaliers, who will go to the North Carolina State next fall. Sister currently running at Wake Forest, who was also part of those national record teams when she was a senior. This trio of girls at Carolina, they're all seniors this season. That features Justine Prisano, Charlotte Bell, and Stella Kerms, arguably one of probably the best trio that you'll ever see in the state of North Carolina from a distance running perspective.
Absolutely. And the Carolina Cavaliers, crazy enough, they have amazing sprinters as well. So to see their distance group represent, they're all around a very fantastic team out of North Carolina.
So Cavaliers into the lead, is right behind them Clarksville Track Club. Then you see the outdoor national record holders Ventura in 5th position, Alo Curtis on this 1200 leg. first time we've seen these two teams race each other this season. And again, Carolina has the overall national record in this event, but it belongs to Ventura for the outdoor season. So you have two separate national records. I know, like I said, Carolina has the overall national record, but they only got the indoor but they don't have the outdoor yet.
The indoor record that they set is the same four runners. Crisano, she ran 3:29.33 in her split. And then for the 400 leg, Tatiana Blake, she had 58.56. So we're going to keep our eyes on the time there. And then for Kerms was 2:12.09, and then Charlotte Bell was 4:37.49 to set that indoor record.
2:18 with 1 lap remaining here on the 800, the 1200 leg, as Prisano continues to build the lead on the rest of the field. Keep in mind, though, as this lead does keep growing, you have to remember that Ventura does have Sadie Engelhart on that anchor leg and has a 4:28 mile under her belt.
And if Ventura can set up Sadie nicely, then they will probably come away with something amazing as well. But it's going to be a pretty tough race because looks like they're back and forth right now, but it's still a pretty good position in striking distance for Sadie, I guess you could say. But we were just going to have to wait and see for that one because right now it's all the Carolina Cavaliers.
Brizano in a class of her own right now, trying to close things off and set her teammate up for the 400 leg, which will be Tatiana Blake. You see Tatiana waving her on in. And Tatiana Blake will get things going 3:29.12, so relatively similar to what she ran in the indoor season, and it's a good start for Carolina Cavaliers as we hit the 400 now.
Absolutely, and Tiana Blake, she had a split of 58.5 on that indoor one, so let's see if she can dip under that 58 mark. Justine, she already dipped under her split from the indoor time. So this would definitely set them up pretty nicely. The lead is still big here as she's coming around this last curve.
Carolina opened up the lead and has set a statement here early on as Blake looks to finish this off and set up Stella Kerms here on the 800 leg. Kerms will head to the University of Virginia next fall. As you said, 58-second split for Blake on the 400. That looks right around 57. It's around 57.86 for Blake. A very, very good leg. And then you see right there Ventura, which their leg that ran 54 seconds at Mount Sac. And that was Valentina Fagaroga. As we look at the results populating in West Springfield's 400 leg, Kiki Richardson 56.99. So Valentina Fagaroga 56.81 for Ventura. They currently sit in 6th.
And Stella Kerms, she was 10th in the mile just last night. You know, I am tempted to say that she has a lot of reps on her legs, so it might be a little bit harder, but these athletes have just continued to prove me wrong. If anything, they've just used all the other events as a warm-up for this race, arguably. Just look at that lead.
About 40, maybe 35 meters separating from Cavaliers and West Springfield and the rest of the crew hunting her down. Ventura moves up into about 6th place. You can see them right there with the white top and the brown bottoms. As you just heard, 10 seconds they're trailing from Carolina Cavaliers, which if you look at the 800 leg for Ventura, if Melanie True can close in strong here, maybe be about 3rd or 4th place right at the anchor leg, that sets up Sadie Engelhart for a good position to try to hunt down Charlotte Bell and the Carolina Cavaliers. Around the turn, Kerms goes one last time. The split so far 3:29.12 and 57.86. They are on absolute national record watch. This has been a great race so far from the Cavaliers. And it's 2:11:63 for Stella Kerms. And that's the position that Ventura wants to be in right there, just about maybe 50 meters behind. You'll see Englehart eventually catch up to the rest of the field, but right now it's all Charlotte Bell, the future Georgetown Hoya, by herself.
And Bell can obviously see how well her teammates are doing already. So I know she's just using that as her motivation, but she should know. She has competed against her before. Sadie Englehart is on the hunt. But if she can just continue to stay in her own lane, focus on herself as much as she can, and just focus on keeping this lead ahead, or this lead as big as it is, actually.
So for the outdoor national record, anything faster than 4:43 gets the job done. There you see Englehart moving on up. Currently now heading into 6th position and chasing down the rest of the field, as we see, just completing that first lap. Now Ventura moves up into 4th. So Carolina Cavaliers in the lead. Impulse Track Club, Shore Track Club, and then West Springfield.
Englehart trying to make up about a 70-meter gap from the exchange. The Carolina Cavaliers, Charlotte Bell, looking comfortable up front.
And there you see Englehart now move Ventura into 3rd. Start to sense she smells some blood in the water now. Is hunting down Bell here, and you got 2.5 laps remaining in this one. It's still anyone's game here in this girls' DMR.
And Sadie Englehart, to run that 4:28.46 for the national record, she closed in 63. And you can see her now. This is a great angle to see how she is just slowly gaining, eating each runner one by one. She's not taking them all at one time. She's pacing it perfectly. But that's because she has the experience in this race.
She's been able to work on being able to try to catch people. She had the opportunity to race in a pro field not too long ago and was racing conservatively, and then able to run down a lot of the pros. And, you know, that gap looks really big right now. And maybe Charlotte Bell has enough here here on the penultimate lap, but Englehart, she's able to open up some sort of speed right here. At least you can see her in the home straightaway here on our split screen right now. Again, about 60, 70 meters or so. Maybe it's enough, or maybe it's not enough. We'll have to see here, as it's 1 lap remaining. Again, that national outdoor record is 11:21.85. The overall national record, 11:17.30. Cavaliers trying to make more history here and try to win another national title here as they come into the finals. Bell lap one last time.
And it will definitely not be easy for Sadie, because Charlotte Bell is a fierce competitor. She was a part of the record indoors. And like we said before, she's the 3rd fastest miler in this country with 4:35. So she should not be slept on at all. She knows exactly what she's doing. She knows that Sadie Englehart is right behind her, but she is just remaining composed, even kicking just slightly, if you have been noticing, lap after lap.
10:08 at the Bell lap, within striking distance, not only the outdoor national record, but the overall national record. The Cavaliers chasing themselves here. Charlotte Bell trying to rewrite history once more. Looking at the clock now, just coming up onto 11 minutes. She takes one look over her right shoulder. She's all by herself. Englehart tried to do her best, but it's all Carolina Cavaliers. Keep an eye on the clock, just coming up onto 11:10 now. 11:21.85 is the outdoor record. The overall record, 11:17.50. They won't get the overall record, but it's a new outdoor record for the Carolina Cavaliers, the queens of the distance medley relay.
An amazing run from these ladies out of North Carolina. They played this perfectly from start to finish. Justine Persano set them up really good. She set up Tatiana Blake really well. Tatiana came through with 57 when they set the national record indoors. She was running 58, so she knew that she had to run a lot faster than that for them to walk away with the record today, and that's exactly what they did.
11:20:44. The indoor national record holders now can call themselves the outdoor national record holders. And as I said, the queens of the distance medley relay, 4:41:84 for Charlotte Bell on that last 1600. And it was actually faster split than what Engelhart had, who ran 4:42:36 on her 1600 leg. A 12-second win for the Carolina Cavaliers, a monumental win, and one they'll remember for a lifetime.
And you could just see from the very beginning, that's Justine. She got to the break, and she kept the lead, but giving it off to Charlotte Bell, they were in perfect position when Ventura just continued to slip. Sadie Engelhart is a great competitor, but sometimes that lead is just a little bit too much, and especially when you have an athlete like Charlotte Bell, she's not just one that you could just hawk down, and she just proved that today.
The future Georgetown Hoya coming away with another national championship, the 4th overall that she's won the last 3 years. And it comes in her senior season, the final race of her prep career, along with Stella Kerms and Justine Persano. And Tatiana Blake adds to it as well. The best to ever do it, not just in North Carolina, but in the United States. Carolina Cavaliers, national champions, national record holders in the girls' DMR.
Sadie Engelhart, such a good sport there. I mean, these distance high schoolers, they compete against each other week after week, and they see each other at huge meets such as this. So it was great to see them just put their best foot forward. We saw it with the boys and now with the girls as well. This is a great start to day 4 for sure.
11:20:44 for Carolina Cavaliers to beat Ventura 11:32:43. Derby City 11:34:34 for third. Southeastern 11:35:61. Shore Track Club 11:37:19, and then Impulse Track Club in 11:39:17. See two seniors interacting with each other again, accomplishing what was probably one of the greatest trios we've seen in high school distance running history, especially on the relay side. Getting to watch them one last time has certainly been a treat, and now they're off to their respective colleges to continue their collegiate running.
And what a great way to go to the next level. You got to feel so proud of yourself. I mean, you know, you have the stressors of having to go to college and moving in your mind as well, but when you come out to meets like this and you run just like these ladies just did, they should be very proud of themselves after helping their teammate up.